Welcome back to Studio 44, everyone. We are marching on with the RDL Stadium search. Now, I do have one other stadium that I don't think was made for the Ricky Davis League, but we did just reveal the London Bulldogs, and this stadium is called the London Bridge. So I thought we'd start there. After that, I think we've got like 5 stadiums from 2 users, so we'll just go right through them really quick. They're phenomenal stadiums, as always. You wouldn't expect anything less from these 2 creators, and I might have one of my own to sneak in real quick. So let's go. As I said in the intro, this is from a new user. Well, new to Studio 44 anyway. This is London Bridge. It's in London, England, built in 2023, altitude of 2441, and it's pretty cool. I like the idea of the smaller seats, and he did a great job of cleaning it up, you know, connecting these together and making it look really clean. And then you have all these concession stands underneath running right into the scoreboard and all these signs. Looks phenomenal. And I like having the bushes right past the home run fence, and you got a fountain, and you got a statue or 2 hiding out here. This one's robbing a ball. He's protecting this sign is what he's doing. And then over here in left field, you got this empty space where maybe, can you put one out here? Nah, I don't think I've ever seen a ball fly that far. Maybe if you got it right down the line, maybe over this guy, get it into the water. I love my splash shots. You got a second deck over here. He's got the London Bridge in the background. Three layers of decks. Very nice. XSarge21X is the username. And like I said, he's new to Studio 44, and we welcome his work. Turn the lights on real quick. Pretty basic grass. Not a whole lot going on outside of the field, but he does have that museum with a statue on top of it. It's kind of an entry to the stadium. Very, very nice. Old school lights on top of that building. What even is in here anyway for this? It's such a weird thing to have in a minor league stadium. Is it supposed to be the press box, like behind home plate? I don't know. I mean, the way he wrapped it around, it looks so good. I just never got the point to it. And I like how we kind of doctored up this scoreboard, too, using the clock. That looks really cool. What do you call this building? Fantasy Village. Okay. Yeah, nice work, Sarge. Thanks for joining the community. Watch the premiere of our wish list video that I recorded with Sewell21. More like Sewell recorded it with me. But I got to host the video on my channel. So, again, thank you, Sewell, for that. That was a lot of fun doing that. Hopefully we can find something new to work on in the future. But, yeah, I've been trying to speed up my videos a little bit, so don't think I'm rushing anybody's stadiums. Don't think I don't like them. I'm just trying to pick up the pace a little bit. So thank you again, Sarge. Moving on. We're heading over to the other side of the world where we have Tokyo Mega Plaza, Bunkyo, Japan. Altitude of 3,500 feet, built in 2024. This comes to us from none other than Sandman Dan. I have 2 more stadiums from him right after this one. And again, I'm just trying to pick up the pace. Don't think I don't like the stadiums. Just trying to, adjust my videos a little bit. Let me know what you guys think. If you want me to go back to old school, I'm more than happy to do what you guys want me to do. But I like how instead of having to go to the 2 decks, he just kind of has this sitting on top of the other deck. I think that looks really cool. You got the big scoreboard back here, surrounded by some luxury seats, a great concourse above the batter's eye. We got his favorite anomaly down here. That's kind of his trademark. He uses this a lot, and he always makes it look so good. I like how this curls around in front of this concourse, too. That looks really nice. Blending this building together to make kind of a shopping mall. You can see all the stores in there. That's not one I've heard of before. But this ramp or these steps, that's a ramp, looks really cool, when you blend it in like this, when you put it in the right spot. bleachers in front of it with the window seats. Pretty standard behind until you get over here. And then I like this a lot too. Oh, you can climb up the steps and go right above the luxury seating, and there's bleachers up there. That's awesome. Now, I'm not sure if he built this with the Tokyo Monsters in mind, or if he created a Tokyo-themed stadium and said, hey, check this out for the Monsters since you have a team in Tokyo. But, I mean, it fits. It looks great. He's got the Ferris wheel in the background. Is that the dinosaur? Oh, no, that's the old school roller coaster, right? He's got the stage up here. This is all really cool. Oh, he's got an anomaly out here, but outside of the stadium. Fantastic. Oh, what's this over here? You got a bridge. Oh, okay. Taking you right to this little amusement park on top of this roof out here. Fantastic. Faced off with the old school office building and the new Tokyo building. This one, was this from this game or is this from last game? This game, right? I don't remember. It's all blended in. But that's a good thing, you know, that they've put out so much content that you can't remember where it came from. So that's good. Like the ballpark eats out there. All right, Sandman Dan. Fabulous work as always. I want to turn the lights on. That's another thing I'm bad at, guys. But please forgive me if I forgot to turn the lights on in your stadium. Again, it doesn't mean I didn't like your stadium and I'm trying to rush through it. Just sometimes I have brain farts. That's what we got working with the lights on. Beautiful. Happens to be my favorite grass pattern and dirt pattern too. All right. Thank you so much, Dan. As always, you're a master. Let's check out your next one. Heading back to the United States just yet. We are now north of the border in Canada. We have the Vancouver Dome in Vancouver, Canada. Altitude of 3,500 feet, built in 2024. And in the post that Dan submitted this video, he said, oh, Murph beat me to the punch. It's okay. Listen, like I said, we're going to do a competition, and me and my brother are going to pick all the stadiums that we want to use for each team. We're going to reveal which stadium goes with which team. And just because we don't pick your stadium, say we pick this one over Murph's or Murph's over this one, we'll still use this one or we'll still use Murph's for other stuff. I got the Ricky Davis Legends All-Star combo, and, you know, we can play scrimmages and exhibitions and home run derbies in these. So, yeah, it's okay. If you have a stadium that you want to submit for a team that was already submitted, go ahead. I love how this deck kind of sticks out here. This is great. And using this building up here as another layer of concourse. A lot of layers to this. And it does have a retractable roof feel, which I think you would need in almost any Canada stadium. This is fantastic. Look at this out here. I love plopping this circular concourse in front or on top of or in the middle of this fountain. You got the statues on top of the signs, kind of decorating it with the signs and the shipping containers. Really cool. Oh, I love the stairway up. That's awesome. It goes all the way around back. Fantastic, Dan. Vancouver Dome. Is my camera work too fast? Seems like in other videos it was going too slow. Now it seems like it's too fast. Yeah, this has, like, you know, the Dallas Cowboys Stadium or football stadium or exhibition stadium in Montreal feel, where it's like almost closed off, but not quite. Definitely spent some time outside of the stadium, looking good. He's got the little walkways taking you from the parking garage of these buildings to the stadium. Scoreboard outside. Little sign and trees looking good. Let's get back inside and we'll turn the lights on. I like these compact stadiums. This definitely has a Rogers Center feel to it. The compact ones definitely give you more of a dome feel. Oh, I like how it jolts right back, this foul line. That's cool. I just wish that the foul pole didn't hang over when you do that. Come on, SDS. Oh, you got a little concession stand back here, too. Oh, I like this little like luxury seating spot up here. Looks like the Cola Hill. The back end of it, right? Yeah, you'd think the bushes would stick out. All right, Dan. All right, so which one is going to win? Will it be Sandman Dam or Murph? 075 to take Vancouver. And again, I might find a way to shorten up, just to remind you of the stadiums if we do, if we have a competition like this. But Dan's next stadium is also a stadium where someone else created one. Let's take a look at that one. Not too long ago, I showed you RGS Energy Group Field from Sewell 21. It was created for the Rochester Galaxy, or whatever we brand Rochester. Created by Sewell 21. He showcased it on his channel. And now we have Kodak Field, built in 2020. It's in Rochester, New York, my hometown. Altitude of 2,500 feet. And this may be my favorite stadium of Dan's, or it's up there. I can't get over the river, coming right into a fountain in the stadium. That's probably my favorite. It's a great idea. But this deck over here on top of this Anomoly, again, his trademark look, phenomenal. And he's got people chilling out here in front of this this planter. You got the Bleacher Brew House. I don't know if you've done his research. It doesn't sound anything Rochester, but at least anything I've been to. I'm not much of a drinker, so I don't know, especially not beer. Beer tastes like, yeah. But I love this little section out here with the brick. He's got the Anomalies in center field to give us some bushes. And you got the Twins batter's eye with some people chilling out inside there. Statues up top. Famous players from the Rochester Galaxy. Kodak Field. Kodak is huge in Rochester. With film, of course, now everything's going digital. I've kind of taken a step back, but Kodak still employs a lot of people out here. Garbage Plate Pub. Now we're talking. Hee. Who don't love me a garbage plate? Talked about garbage plates on the team reveal for Rochester. Oh, they're so good. They're so freaking fantastic. And there's like a billion places in Rochester where you can get them. Remember, if you're ever in the area, feel free to hit me up on YouTube, and I'll tell you some good places depending on where you're going to be. Pretty standard around and back. Of course, you got some concession stands and bathrooms in there. Ooh, look at this luxury seating way back. See, I never thought you had to have the best view. I know I've talked about how it's cool to have the luxury seats up close. But at the same time, if you're going to obscure a view, you'd think you would do it with the luxury seats because they have the monitors and stuff in there, Sometimes you want to be out in the deck and, be a part of the action and feel the crowd and, be part of that atmosphere. But at the same time, if you got the monitors, you get a better view with that sometimes. But, yeah, this is really cool. I really like this stadium a lot, Dan. I would love to have this stadium in Rochester. Again, we got another competition. 2 Rochester stadiums. One from Sewell and one from Dan. 2 great stadiums. Which one will be the new home of the Rochester Galaxy? Stay tuned. Let's turn the lights on real quick. Looks great. This isn't just because it's lit up by lights, right? These lights light up a little bit, right? That's new. I don't think that did that in previous versions of the game. I think that looks nice. All right, Dan. Oh, wow, this is creative. See, sometimes when you can't get in those little nooks and crannies because of the, stupid dead space problem that we have, see, where if you bring it in too close, it gets red. No matter what you do, it looks bad, but Dan definitely, used a good sign and a good plant to kind of decorate it out there and make it look nicer. But Sewell definitely took advantage of this plant and the sign to make it look a lot nicer. Nice work, Dan. As always. All right. Kodak Field in Rochester, New York. Is it the new home of the Galaxy? Our good buddy Murph has gotten at it again. He has created 2 stadiums for the Ricky Davis League. This is London Eye Stadium in London, England. Altitude of 5,279 feet. I believe that's max. Built in 2013. So it's about 10, 11 years old. Now, the next stadium that I'm going to show you from Murph has a new anomaly. I probably should have teased that in the intro. I'll probably tease it in the description. It has a new anomaly, and I frickin' love it. I don't know if he did it or if he found another stadium that did it. I did notice it in one of the videos I showcased, and I probably should have made a bigger deal about it when I saw it, but I thought it was just some weird thing. But now I've seen that Murph has totally taken advantage of it, but we'll get to that in the next stadium. For now, let's focus on London Eye Park out here in London, England. He said it's next to Big Ben and Parliament. I don't remember what Parliament looks like, so I don't know which one of these buildings is supposed to be Parliament. Please forget. Is it this one? It's got to be that one, right? Or is it this one? I don't know. I've never been, so I don't know. I like all the tugboats and the Ferris wheel. I know I've seen. Is this Parliament? I don't know. Oh, I love how he's got these umbrellas put together to kind of outline the shape of this deck. That's awesome. Then you got 2 fountains in the middle of that big fountain, which I like. And for whatever reason, this roof looks really cool over this little section out here in right center field, too. Fountain surrounding the batter's eye and fountain right behind the batter's eye. A couple little bleachers back here. Field level seating. Murph's a master at these sharp turns. I'll have to start trying to do that. I think that looks really nice, those sharp turns for the stadiums. The Royal Suites. Hello, excuse me. That's really awesome. Taking advantage of some of those castle props. Faced off, pretty cool. Looks nice out here. Again, I don't know much about London. I would assume it's pretty crowded. Just based on where Harry Potter lives, how all those houses are jammed in, or those townhouses or condos or whatever you call them, jammed in so tightly. But, I mean, anything old, right? If you keep building on building on building on building, eventually, and such a small space, too, it's an island. So, yeah, seems like it would get crowded after a while. Fabulous work, Murph, as always. Looks great under the lights, of course. He's got different parts of the city lit up. Oh, there's London Bridge right there. Doesn't look like it's falling down, though. Hey-o! I gotta assume this one's Parliament, right? With the lid up. And then Big Ben's over here. I know Big Ben's a clock. He's got fountains out there. Royal Suites are lit up. Murph's one of my favorites. What can I say? Oh, I never really paid attention to the Ferris wheel at night. I didn't know it was lit up that much. Oh, London Eye. That's what the London Eye is, the Ferris wheel. Okay. I just thought that was a tourist attraction for every city. I know there's one in Niagara Falls in Canada. My wife and I went on that one. All right. Thanks so much, Murph. This one looks great. Now, you got to explain in the comments, buddy. If you see this video, you got to explain in the comments how you did this. Here we go. We have the Wizards Cauldron in San Jose, California, altitude of 82 feet, also built in 2013. Now, this is kind of a competition, too, because I do have Salesforce Field, which I originally created with the San Jose Wizards in mind. But, I mean, if this one's better, which I think it is, it'll take over. I might go back and tinker with Salesforce Field, but I don't know if I want to after seeing this one. Now, I'm going to just take a quick glance around and see if you can tell me where the anomaly is. It's not in the stands, so I can talk about how great and clean the stands look. And he created these great entrances and exits out here. Looks very, very clean. How does he do that? Oh, it's the double layered deck. And then he puts the, okay, all right. That's beautiful. That's wonderful. I might start stealing that. That's great. He just kind of closed it off. I use this too. Did I inspire you, Murph? Please tell me I did. Please tell me something I did inspire you. Because I use these for doors all the time, substitutes for doors. But this is a great idea, using that double upper deck. Oh, man. Looks so cool. All right. If you haven't noticed it by now, I'm going to take you out here to right field. This is part of the home run fence. How did it get this up here? Now, not too long ago, I showed you a stadium built by ESPN 6KTA. And I noticed outside of the stadium, he had like windows and ivory and stuff hanging out there. I've never seen these other than those two stadiums. And I thought, okay, it was just a weird thing. You know, it happened. But obviously, it's some kind of glitch that people are taking advantage of. It seems like you could do that to create your own windows out here and not have to have them separated. Murph, you got to tell me how you did that, buddy, because it's a really cool look. Does it take a lot of memory? I don't know, but I love it. Having everything blue like this. Now, this is something that Sewell and I talked about in our wish list. Different textures or different patterns in our concourses. Maybe we just need different colors too. Like anytime you want to make something blue, everyone's got to turn around the scoreboard, and scoreboards can be expensive when it comes to memory. So I think different colors, concrete, paint could be a cool idea. Like in Fenway, everything's green. In Toronto, everything's blue. Yankee Stadium, everything's blue. I think it would be cool if we had more colored concourses. But look at all these scoreboards he had to put in here to pull this off. And he's using the building from Wrigley. This is phenomenal. Great work, Murph. Probably the new home of the San Jose Wizards. I mean, we'll let Mark put his input in, but I don't see how you could like my piece of crap better than this one. You got a great little bleacher section out here, another creative corner. The Wizards Cantina. I like it. Again, I don't think Mark even knows why. Oh, what do you got over here? Excite Ballpark? Okay. Oh, I like how you put the signs out here, too. And you got a little cheering section over here. Football stadium out over here. Yeah, he said he wanted this to look like some certain area in San Jose. Again, I don't know much about San Jose. I've never been there. But I think he did mention the sports complex. This like Little League Park or whatever. And you got that big warehouse, which could also double as like indoor batting cages or soccer fields or even hockey rinks. Very quirky dimensions. Left-handers are going to have a field day in this place. Awesome, Murph. Thank you so much for making this and submitting it to the RDL Stadium search. But you have to tell me how you did this. Is there a certain stadium we can download that has this and the other anomalies where we can move them around? I'm not sure if I see any other anomalies. Oh, yep, right here. This is an anomaly. You got to help me out, Murph. I'd love to use that. Take advantage of it. Oh, yeah, right here. Sharks Ice Skate at San Jose. Oh, is this the home of the San Jose Sharks? Seems like you need more parking for that. Let's take a look at the whole city lit up. Oh, he lit up the football field, too. I mean, oh, look at how he faced it off, too. Beautiful work, Murph. This is another one of my favorites of yours. We got a bunch of great stadiums from you for the Ricky Davis League. All right, thank you once again. I like the scoreboard out here on the parking garage too. That looks really cool. What is all the? Oh, that's one of the end caps. Good idea. Yeah, I mentioned in my last video somebody had one of these as a fence, and I think it makes sense. I think it takes up less memory if you can find ways to hide the rest of the end cap and just use the fence as an actual fence instead of lining up a bunch of fences. But all right, Murph. Thanks again, buddy. We got one more to show you, and this one is one you've seen a gajillion and a half times, but this is the version that I'm going to use along with all your stadiums. This one's going to be mixed in for the next season of the Ricky Davis League. Sewell 21 gave you glimpses of this in our wish list video, so I figured that I might as well bust it out and show you the whole thing in more detail. I wanted to redo the stadium because A, I never tried it with anomalies, and B, I found Vegas Front Park, which had the lazy river as like a facing to a concourse or an upper deck, and I wanted to use that because I really liked that pattern, and it just made sense. I'm so jealous that they thought of it before me. I think Baldig submitted the field, so I'm so jealous of that concept. So I wanted to recreate the stadium using it. This is, of course, the ballpark at the Moonshot Casino, Las Vegas, Nevada. Altitude of 2,500 feet. I think that's pretty close, but I think me and my brother agreed to make every altitude that size or that height. Built in 2022. I think it's actually more like 2021 is when I made the first version of this field. But, I mean, it's basically the same concept, especially in right field, but just more using that facing because I really, really liked it. I moved the hit it here robot from right down the right field line to here because I wanted to put this anomaly in right down the line because nothing else fits. As you can see, if I try to bring this in, it reds out. I mean, look at how much space there would be if I didn't use an anomaly. I mean, that's as far in as you can go. And I'm surprised you can go this far. But I tried every anomaly, and nothing really worked that well. But I figured, the stairs have, close to a parallel angle to the slope of the wall. And then instead of leaving all those empty seats in there, because you can't put people in there, at least not anywhere close, I decided to kind of close it off with this other anomaly, kind of double as windows, like I do with my doors. And I adjusted the luxury seating around the base paths. And again, using the lazy river, the railing of the lazy river doubles as windows here, I think. And I think it works out pretty nice. Just to make it a little bit shorter to make this top layer a little bit closer to the field. Then, of course, I aligned it with anomalies, with the red plant. I'm not crazy about the way this turned out, but I didn't want to have the two levels of seating with the major league style field level seating. So I've tried to find a way to blend in, that section over here. I mean, I guess I did end up going with the major league seating over here, and it's topped off with luxury seats down the line behind home plate. I have a new roof. I like, the idea of the curves with the gymnasium. And then I covered up the doors with some signs, just to, hide the doors a little bit. I have new windows using that. What is this, like a laser or something? What is this called? The hologram, that's right. Hologram. And then big changes in left field. I got the lazy river curving around. You got a little section right here of seating. I borrowed this idea. I think it was Murph in his Tokyo, where you kind of hide the bleachers with this bench. I have anomalies in the corner over here because, again, you can't put anything else there. I wanted these guys right down the line, but they read out. So I had to use anomalies over here. I moved the hit it here in left field right down the line, and you can hit it in home run derby, so I'm assuming you can do it in games too. But I like the idea of 2 hit it heres. Can't do it on either side, so I decided to put one on top and one on the bottom. But the one on the bottom is on this deck that sticks out, and I like that. I thought that was kind of cool, so I stuck with that. I put luxury seats above the second deck over here, which I think looks good. I have people sitting in the grass above the batter's eye. I use the anomalies instead of the hill that they created for us. I have an anomaly in front of the batter's eye here in center field. I like this little seating section out here, even though it's not the cleanest in the world. Maybe I could leave it like that. But I like the idea of these guys, you know, watching a game here, and then if someone hits a home run in here, they can run over and get the ball. And then you got Club 44 down in here. I've been doing this a lot lately, hiding ballpark eats inside walls, you know, and then relabeling stuff. So I made that Club 44, and it continues all the way over here onto this deck. There's another little hidden spot under here. Little concession stand up on the second deck. I really like how these decks turned out. I couldn't make up my mind how I wanted left field. I decided to, you know, make it more like my old school stadiums, my old school versions instead of wide open. And one thing that I took advantage of is the anomalies again, but this time, in the last video, I showed you a stadium where they used that cement divider as a outline to the home run fence to make it look like, you know, the yellow lines that people use. Well, I used an anomaly because you can get them right close. I just used the darker batter's eye, you know. I think it's enough of a contrast to that blue. And then I used I used this to hide the fact that that stupid foul pole hangs over so much. I think that looks stupid. So now it's hanging out on this anomaly. And then I didn't know what to do over here. I wanted this facing, but you already have a railing. And then you had the railing to the thing, so I figured maybe this is a window. Maybe there's stuff going on in here, and you can look out this window and watch the game from out there. Maybe there's a restaurant or something, but I think it's pretty obvious that this is the casino, right? You got some poker tables and slot machines lined up against here, so you can watch the game. And then over here is the hotel. I brought that back and got rid of the museum. People are hanging out. I just love people out in this balcony. When you're playing home run derby and you can see all the people standing up, you can't even see those benches, so it looks really cool. And then I got people up on the roof this time. I think that's fun. I have a couple buildings in the background instead of just having blank space. I really liked how this turned out. I faced it off a little bit more, spent a little bit more time on that. I was using the UFOs, these guys, to sit on top of the pillars, you know, to make them look like giant pillars instead of silos. But I ran out of memory, so I wanted to use it in other spots. And you can't really see that when you're playing the game anyway, so I sucked it up, and you got the silo showing. But I think it works. I'm really happy with it. I've played some exhibition games here to test it out. I don't remember it glitching this much, having parts of the anomalies come through the home run fence like that. But, yeah, I'll adjust that later. But I like how it turned out. I think this may be my very favorite version of the stadium. What do you guys think? I never hear from you guys about the stadium. Are you sick of it? Do you like the different versions of it? That shouldn't be there. Come on. Center that up better, Philly. Let's go. Here's what it looks like at night. I really wanted this Moonshot Casino sign right here, right on this concourse or this facing. But, oh, you can't have the lights up there. Don't know why, but you can't. So, there it is. That's the Moonshot Casino. This is the version of it that's in the vault right now, and this is the version that you'll see in Ricky Davis League highlights. I mean, it's like J.K. Rowling once said it, and you know, any parent will say it. You can't pick your favorite kid. You know, you can't. It's hard to pick my favorite version of the stadium because I really like you know, different things about each one. But I think this one might be my favorite now. I really like how this corner turned out, and I like, you know, having the luxury seats on top. I think that looks good. I mean, right field is always going to be right field. I love having the 3 decks for my lefties to go after. Hitting the ball on this roof is always fun, and off the hotel. Don't do it much in games, but in home run derbies, it's a lot of fun. And now that I can put this anomaly in here, I love that. I mean, it's not my first choice of how I want this corner to look. What I really like is a bunch of stands just right here that, you know, trace along this home run wall and then curve around to the rest of the field. But you just can't do it the way the redding out works. So I went with the anomaly, just turned it into part of the deck. And this changed quite dramatically. This is all just bleachers now up here. It used to be stands that went way back, but I figured it made more sense just to be bleachers because if you go too far back, you can't see anything anyway. And like I said, I like this facing and having to hit it here off it. So, yeah, let me know what you think, guys. I'm sorry for showing this again. You guys are probably so sick of it. Probably don't use it for anything, but I'm proud of it, and I like to show it off. So, all right. If you have a stadium you want to show off, you know what to do by now, I hope. If you're new to the channel, just leave the name of your stadium and your gamer tag in the comments below. I may have to contact you again and get more specific details about your stadium because I'm having trouble with certain users not being able to look up their gamer tags, and it's incredibly frustrating. So if you have the same name of a stadium as someone else, I don't know which is which because it won't have your gamer tags underneath. So I might have to ask you for that. If you have a stadium to submit for the RDL, again, same process. Stadium name, username. Mention in the comments, though, if it's for a specific team or whatever. Somebody, I can't remember who submitted a stadium and said, here, this is my work. It's really cool. If you want to use it for a team, go ahead. So we didn't have any specific team in mind, but he said, well, I'm more than welcome to use it for the league. So I may take him up on that because it was a really cool stadium. I think it was Dog Stadium from Sundry Goose, 1475. But I could be wrong. I'm so backed up, and I got so many submissions that I'm grateful for. Don't get me wrong. But I may have just dropped my controller again. But I may have bitten off a little bit more than I can chew. Bit off? Bite it off? I don't know. Anyway, thank you again for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy watching or listening to Respect the Pick on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. I think we're wrapping up the search for Grizzlies Field or Grizzlies Park, the stadium for my brother. We have 4 submissions. Again, if I'm wrong about that, let me know as soon as possible. I think I'm going to put something on the community because I don't know if this video is going to get posted before I actually record with my brother. But if you have a stadium and I just missed it, right now I have a stadium from Sandman Dan, Murph, Sewell, and Arch, and I made one myself. So if I'm missing one from somebody, please let me know as soon as possible so we can sneak it in there and put it in for consideration. And again, if it's not used, we can use it for Vancouver, or we can use it for Dublin, or we can use it for another colder city out there, Seattle. And we don't have a Seattle team. I don't know, but it'll get used. So, and it'll get shown on the channel. So I'm rambling again. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon.